G'day, g'day, g'day. It's Wednesday, Elevate Language. And we're going to look back on yesterday, Strengthen Habits. Even though we may not have done our habitual video, look at that view. We're going to look at how we elevate language. Now, elevating language isn't just about putting positive spins on things. It's being open and admitting to what's going on in your life. So there's been a bit going on in my life over the last few weeks, last few months, last few years. Well, you could say that about anyone. But I like to share freely and clarify my purpose. I haven't done a lot of that for a while. Well, I do internally, but when it's time for Be More Social, we simply say, G'day.
Do you feel like there's never enough time in the day? Are you struggling to switch off from work, the internet, and social media? It's time to reconnect with family, friends, colleagues, and most importantly, yourself. Join the Be More Social Daily Challenge. Just 10 minutes a day to recharge, gain more energy, and enjoy what matters most. Let's begin.
Okay, so you're possibly wondering where I am. It's been a while. These videos have been few and far between. I am currently in the Gold Coast University Hospital. I've got to be consciously aware of people wandering around. You'll hear noises in the background. So we're talking about elevating language. So most of the time when we talk about elevating language, we look at positive language and how we shift from what could be perceived as negative or disempowering language, and we shift it. And I'm going to move that slightly as someone comes by singing and dancing and doing what they do best. All good and well. And he's come past, that's cool. So we look at shifting from disempowering language to empowering language, which means something that's going to create more positive ways of thinking or feeling or behaving. So we're going to shift that slightly today to empowering language or elevating language, where we're embracing truth and what's actually going on. So what's happened with me? Well, yep. I've had a bit of a roller coaster ride over the last couple of years. I had a battle with my previous employer with a work health safety issue, which the Australian government were supposedly enforcing psychosocial hazards, which is psychological and emotional abuse on employees, employers, managers, customers, you name it. And that took 18 months, and it looks like we're going to battle them again in an appeals process, but that's a discussion for another day. What we've also looked at, someone else coming back into the frame. Be consciously aware of who's in the frames and let him come around again. So he does his lap, lap of honour, so to speak. So what are we doing? We're embracing that I've supposedly been diagnosed with bipolar. So I like to think of these things as everyone has it. We've all got two brains, a left and a right brain, or a masculine and a feminine brain, or a logical and a creative brain, whichever way you want to look at it. But bipolar is one of the latest fads that comes through. It's on the NDIS spectrum. Not very well looked at as a mental health issue. However, somehow it became a massive issue for me, which has cost me a lot. A lot of relationships, a lot of friendships, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy. And that's some of the things we look at Be More Social, is how we can improve time and energy to become more fruitful and empowering in our ways. And that comes through elevating language. So what does it mean to be bipolar? Well, I'm still learning that myself, and people have been pointing their finger at me saying, well, it's me, I have manic episodes. Well, okay, that's heightened emotions. So higher highs and lower lows. Guilty. Happy to admit that. Just not sure what that means as a disability or something that's holding me back from being good at what I do. Am I emotionally sound? I like to think so. Am I logical? Very much so. Am I creative? Damn straight. Do I use my daily challenges wisely? Absolutely. So how is this holding me back? That is something I'm yet to find. That is a solution I'm yet to discover. So I'll be doing it here as I elevate my language. I'll strengthen my habits, which was yesterday. And my habit yesterday was, well, looks like we're moving house. It's all good. We're going from the ground floor up to the basement. No, ground floor up to the 6th floor. So we're here. That's the ground floor, footpath. We're outside in the sun, lapping it up on the Gold Coast. Love the Gold Coast weather. I'm feeling it beating down on my scalp as my sunnies cover my head. But that's how we look at things. We're going to embrace this bipolar. We're going to do what we said we were going to do. We're going to be more social. We're going to develop these programs for NDIS, whether it's respite homes or finding properties and programs for people to benefit from. We're also going to look at these solar programs in the Philippines and connect with people in Bangkok. We're also going to tie into Kenya, Nigeria and other African nations. So if I've been a part of your life over the last 6 to 12 months, then it's still going to remain the same. It's just a matter of what part. My private account. Someone commented on a video. There you go, eh? Was I aware of that? Well, not quite. It's all good. So, there's a couple of people in particular that I wanted to address. For some reason, both of them, they meant something to me. A lot. But both of them have called me liars over the last couple of months. I don't like that. I don't like to suggest that I've lied. I do understand that different perspectives hear different patterns and different stories. And that comes back to the language we choose to use. And just because I agree to something doesn't mean that you agree to the exact same thing. So it's about keeping records. And I've kept records of what I've said and what I've done and the finances that I've spent. But why would someone believe that I didn't spend that money when I've got all records of it? That hurts. Not that I spent the money, that I was accused of being a liar. So if you've accused me of lying over the last couple of months, please let it know. I don't intentionally want to be considered a liar. So let's have a discussion. Let's work out what's going on. And someone's coming over to say good day. I'm going to finish it there and I'll talk to you soon. All the best. Bye for now. Ciao.
Thanks for listening as we take on the Be More Social challenge. Join Danny Crouch tomorrow as he shares his journey, and we hope you'll join in too. Drop a comment below. Tell us how it's going, ask questions and share your insights. Find more details in the description or at chooseyourchapter.com.au. Let's make time, boost energy, and aim to be more social today.
G'day, g'day, g'day. It's Wednesday, Elevate Language, and we're going to reflect on yesterday and today, tomorrow. Be more social, simply say. G'day.